Oh, here we are. Welcome to Lunch with Linda. I'm Linda Daniels, and you are now inside Northampton Walls. Hello, everybody. Say hello so I know that you are joining us on this holiday, which means I hope most of you are. It's June 18th or Juneteenth. And it's the 19th?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the 19th. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's June 19th, Juneteenth, a day that is one of our newest holidays, federal holiday. Banks are closed, no post office, and hopefully many of you have the day off. It's a day when we commemorate and recognize the all the work that the abolitionists did 2 years after the Civil War. The last of the slaves were freed in Texas. And it's just a day to recognize the work that's gone into making our country what it is today. So we salute that celebration going on in some communities, the activities that are going on to mark this day, and hopefully some of you will take a moment to think about that as well, as we do. So hello to everybody that's joined so far. Jen, Dale, Eileen, Gail, Sally, and Bess, thank you for being here. So one of the things that I thought I would talk about today is what I have to do to get ready to go to market. Used to be just, we would call it the show, but now it's becoming better known as market. And what market is the place that I go to look at, inspect, decide on, and then buy all of the yarn that we're going to be selling in the fall, that we're going to make available to you guys. So it's both a very exciting and very stressful time for me, but I leave on Wednesday morning, and that will be my first day at the show. And then we have Thursday and Friday, and I come home Friday night. So there's a lot going on. Used to be that market was run by the National Association, the National Needlework Association, but it is now being controlled or run, set up, sponsored by H&H America, which is very, very, very big in Europe. Last year, they had their first sponsored show in the US, and I did go, and it was very exciting. This year, it's really big because last year there were quite a few both companies and shop owners that were kind of hesitant. They were leery. They didn't really know what it would be like and what to expect. And there was still a great deal of concern about COVID. This year, the show has expanded even bigger. It's going to be a lot of walking for both Eileen and I to cover all of the booths that we need to get to. And it's not just knitting, it is also sewing and needle crafts and needlework. So there's going to be a lot of things to look at and a lot going on. But with that in mind, I am really, really excited. I've got a couple of appointments already with some of our favorite vendors, many of whom are bringing in new yarns. I've teased you about a new earth yarn that's coming, and on Wednesday, that will be one of the first booths that we head to kind of take our very first look at it. And we should be getting that in the store by the end of the month. So I'm really excited to have a preview of it. And maybe I'll even be able to snap a few pictures and show it to you guys as well for a little sneak look at it. But it takes a lot of work to get ready to go to market. It's not just, pack a bag and go. And I thought you might get a kick out of some of the things that I need to think about before I go. And the most important, the number one thing, and after 40 years of attending market, I kind of know what I'm talking about, but I also finally have it down pat. But the number one thing is shoes. It has to be about the shoes. This is not a time for pretty. This is a time for comfort, because we are on our feet practically all day long. We do get to sit down once in a while, but we're walking and talking and in and out of booths all day long. And so by the end of the night, boy, my feet are hot and swollen and sore. And so the shoes are number one. I've already packed my 2 favorite pairs of sneakers. Nothing fancy, and like I said, nothing pretty. I've packed the ibuprofen to help with the soreness, and I've packed the foot cream because, boy, when I get back to that hotel room, I like to soak my feet in cold water and then douse them with some minty kind of pepperminty kind of cream to help get me through the next day. It really, really makes a difference. So number 1 is shoes. Number 2 is I always plan my wardrobe because I don't like to check a bag for this short flight. The show is in Chicago. It's a tiny little flight out there and back. And if I know exactly what I'm going to wear every single day, then I am not packing a whole bunch of choices. I just get to put on exactly what I need for that day. And I have done that. I've planned out my wardrobe and I know exactly what I'm going to wear each day. And again, comfort and layering is essential. We are mostly inside, except for last year when the air conditioning in our hotel broke down. That was bad. But the convention center is usually over air conditioned, but we are still walking around a lot. So we want to layer up and be able to take things off. That's when shawls are a really good idea because they can be easily taken off and easily stuffed into a bag. The next thing that I wrote on my list was that I try to convince myself. Now, I made this list last week. I try to convince myself that I don't have time to make something specifically for the show. But guess what? I've got it on. I said, I don't have time. And then I spotted this yarn that's been sitting in my stash on one of my shelves at home for a long time. And I knew I didn't have enough to knit something and didn't have time to knit something either. But I did manage to crochet this. And I want to stand up so you can see it. So it's going to be the perfect layered thing. It's a strand of lace weight mohair with a strand of fingering, or actually lace weight yarn. And I did a lace crochet stitch. There's actually a row of double crochets right here, and then a row of chain arches, 2 rows of chain arches. Really, really easy, just 2 front panels and a wide back, and I did it. And here it is Monday, and you know what I'm thinking.
No.
Oh, I'm not gonna, I can't. Instead, what I have concentrated on doing is planning the knitting that I'm going to take to do while we're at the show. We don't actually have a whole lot of time to knit because the flight is pretty short, and it is usually 8 by the time we're done with dinner and back in the room, and all we really have much energy for is a little bit of talk and visiting and then going over the day's notes, and then we crash. But I cannot go anywhere without some knitting. And so the thing that I'm going to take is this new oleo that I've been showing you, we've been showcasing. I'm going to take this color and I'm going to make I'm going to update and change the pattern that I wrote for this cowl. So we'll have it done, a little sample done in the oleo by the time I get back from market. That, and I'm going to take I don't have it here, but the DRK cowl from Andrea Mowry that came out a month or so ago. I'm going to take yarn to work on that. 2 small projects, so they're easy to pick up and put down and easy to carry. So I don't have a lot of weight to carry around, which brings me to the next thing. I mean, I use this for a purse and I love it. It's a great bag, but it weighs a ton. And one of the things that's really hard to do is to carry something around at the show. So instead, hey Bonnie, this year I am changing to one of the artifact bags that we have in the shop, because this is the perfect size. I'm going to be able to, first of all, put my knitting in one of my little project bags. It's going to fit my Market notebook. Here are all the notes and all the work I've done to prepare for the show. My wallet, which is really the only other thing I need, and my phone. And that's what I'll just be able to carry. And man, it already is a whole lot lighter than carrying around that purse. The other thing that I bought one of these, one for Eileen and one for me, is this great little bag. Because one of the things that we end up with at market is a lot of paper. Yarn companies, unlike a lot of other industries, are not so free with yarn. We will not get a ton of samples of things, but we will get a whole lot of paper, price lists, color cards, promotion sheets, and it gets hard to drag that kind of carry that kind of stuff around. So I found these cute little ripstop bags that can actually fold up and go in my suitcase with wheels, so we'll be able to stuff that. Can't really see it, but it just drags right on the floor. And boy, am I happy to have found these. And it even zips up so that it has a zipper to keep it really, really small and controlled. So that's going to be something new and fun for us to actually have as we make our way around the market. The work that I've done, the preparation that I've done beforehand has involved a lot of looking at websites, answering emails. We're getting lots and lots of emails from all the companies, and that's part of what's making it so exciting. To see how many more vendors there are going to be at the show rather than last year. So there's going to be a lot of work for us to do. But in preparation for that, I also need to take a look at what we've got. I need to know what our inventory is. I need to know what yarns we're going to be not carrying in the fall. So there are some summer yarns that have sold really well. What's left of those will be going on sale next month for the sidewalk sales and for our semi-annual clearance sale. So there's a lot of prep work in the store in order to know how much room I have and what the budget will allow to enable me to go shopping these 3 days at the show. The other big thing that we'll be doing is looking at new models. This is also, not only are the companies bringing out new yarns, but they're also showing off all of their new patterns, and a lot of the new models will be done. So we'll actually be able to see the sweaters and even try them on. So I will be making a list of the new models that I think will work really well, that you guys will really like and want to wear, as well as what new sweater construction kind of things do I want to offer as classes. So this is why at night Eileen and I are just sitting there going over and over and over everything that we've seen that day to try to figure out what's going to be the best fit for you guys, what kinds of things you're ready to branch out and try to knit. So there's a lot of work that we're going in preparing for the show. And then there's fun. I also made a list of what companies are doing special things. Like there's one company that's offering s'mores. Now I don't know how they're going to do that because we are indoors. I don't think they can actually have a fire, but they're giving away s'mores at their booth. There's one company that's sponsoring a champagne at the close of the show. So Eileen and I will certainly dash over there and have a little toast to the efforts that we have made during the day, and just keeping track of things like that. At the same time, there are several kind of presentations on the main stage, other shop owners that will be talking about their business and something special that they're doing in it. So we get a nice combination of buying and schmoozing, is that right? Schmoozing. Yeah. And getting to know, connect faces to emails and to notes. So I'm looking forward to having a really good time. So that's where I will be this week. it kind of, for me, is always the real start of my summer. These next 4 weeks are really my kind of vacation time. This is a fun trip, but it is a business trip. I'll be back in the store for a week, and then I leave at the beginning of July for our real vacation in California. And as soon as I come back from that, which will be mid-July, that's when we really start getting full-blown ready. We will pop right into our semi-annual clearance sale. The last weekend in July is the sidewalk sales, and then the beginning of August is the shop hop for 10 days. So the rest of my summer is going to be very, very busy, as you can imagine. But it's also very, very fun. So that's what's happening. I wanted to also show you, we got 2 models from Bonnie. She posted it on Facebook, but then she sent them. And the first one is the Dotted Rays shawl. Now, this is a Stephen West design that's been around for a while, and it's written for several different weights. So Bonnie knit it. Can you see the little yarn over holes in there? Bonnie knit it out of the Nimbus stripes. So this is one of the colorways that yarn comes in, and I love it. It looks like irises. It's so, so pretty. This is a heavier fabric, but it's perfect for those chilly, cool nights in the summer when you're sitting around the campfire or out for a walk or up at Tanglewood. It's the perfect kind of piece for that. It's just a big swoop. You're doing short rows and increasing stitches with these yarn overs, and most of it is garter stitch. So it's a very, very easy pattern to do. Bonnie, can you remind me, I needed to send you another skein. Was that the 4th skein that you used for it, or did you just use 3? This is the color that Bonnie used for it. And then it also comes in this yellow and blue and in this bright gold and turquoise. So it's a fun, simple, so 4 skeins of that cotton to make this big shawl. Really, really pretty. The one that we were really excited about, though, is, what did you do with it?
In the basket.
Oh, sorry. Is called the Unbeatable Scarf Kit. Now, we have had these in the shop for a few months. Unbeatable Scarf Kit. And I ordered them because I wanted a quick little pickup project for all of the tourists that we get in the shop during the summer. And we liked the way this came. It's packaged in a recycled kind of cardboard. The pattern is included in it, really nicely packaged in a little plastic Ziploc bag. But the yarn itself is silk and cotton and hemp. So each one of the skeins is one of those different yarns. And it has these fantastic tassels at the end. But I cannot believe
Looks really good with that.
how great this little scarf is. It's very, very light. So I would be able to wear this outside today. And I put it on with a double wrap, but I can pull it away from my neck. You can wear it just as a scarf, but the tassels give the whole thing some weight to keep those points from flying away and flying down. This is my new favorite thing. Bonnie, I can't thank you enough for finishing this piece off because it is fantastic. Now, it's also very easy to knit. This section right here is just garter stitch. This section right here is a yarn over, knit 2 together, and a purl row. This section right here is a yarn over, knit 2 together, separated by garter stitch. This section right here is stocking net stitch. So it's fun because you're doing different stitches, you're playing with different yarns, nothing is lasting forever. To get the diagonal, you're simply increasing on one side and decreasing on the other. And there are 1,000,001 ways to wear this piece all summer long. Now, I have to order it in groups of 14. They send me 7 what they call day and 7 what they call night. The difference is that the night have the darker colors instead of the white. So I don't get to pick the colors. We have to get 7 of each, but I love even the way the night colors look. The picture on the pattern, you can see right here, that's how the dark colors come out when they're knit, and then they have the bright as that accent. Just as pretty, maybe even a little bit dressier in the long run if you're thinking about that, but this one is my favorite. Jen, they're $52, and like I said, 2 of the skeins are 100% silk, 1 is 100% hemp, and 1 is, I think it's 60 cotton, 40 silk. I'm not 100% positive about that because I looked at them before I came on, but they are all natural.
80-20.
What is it? It's 80-20. Thank you, Kate.
80 silk.
80 silk. 80 silk and 20 cotton?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, great. So yeah, they have a very cute little description of it, like a food thing.
Yeah, like a label.
Like a food label telling you what it is and how much you should have every day.
So 25
We all know
grams of each yarn is what your serving size is.
Exactly what the serving size is. All right. So right now we've got 8 of them in stock, and I have made this one of my priorities at Market to order a whole nother batch, so we'll get more in as well. But like I said, I can't pick the colors, so you kind of have to pick from what we've got because they put them together. We might, I don't know, do we have this color? I don't think we even have this color left anymore. It might be this one, but it's green. So they just mix them up, and yeah, and we kind of get what they send us. But they're all beautiful. You can't make a mistake, no matter which color you end up choosing. They're all really, really, really beautiful. And then when I was looking at the website, there's a second little scarf that we're really intrigued by that I think I'm going to order as well. But I wanted to show you this one because I have a feeling this is going to fly out the door. As soon as we opened the envelope, we sold 2 right away. So don't wait. If you want one of these, get in here this week. The shop will be open even though I'm not here. Kate will be here on Thursday and Friday. Perrin and Brianna will be here on Saturday, and Kim will be here on Wednesday. The other thing that I want to show you is we've been, in preparation for fall, we've been trying to start a deep clean. And man, as much as I want to really clean everything out, it's a big, big job, and it takes a lot of time. But in the little bit that Kate did downstairs, we found the kits for the shawl that I had on, which is called, I always forget the name of it too. Nuts. And see if the pattern, oh, I think the pattern is in here. Here it is. Here it is, here it is, here it is. Raising the bar. Okay, the Raising the Bar shawl.
Bar like the drink.
A bar like a drink,
okay.
Exactly. So I told you that these were all kits based on cocktails, and we found 4. So we've got 4. So if I show these and you want it, if you just write, I want it sold in the comments, we'll hold it for you. They come with, first of all, the cutest little straw you could imagine. You get your own shot glass so that you make sure you have just the right amount of liquor. And then you get 4 of those fake ice cubes that you get to put in the freezer and keep your drink cold. This one is a Bloody Mary. So you have all of the yarn that you need. The directions are at the bottom of the box, and your fun little accessories. So these were $75 when we had them regularly. No, $70, and we're gonna mark them down to $50. So if you, like I said, if you want it, just tell us and we'll hold it for you. Otherwise, they're going on the sale shelf. This is Sex on the Beach in these bright, bright colors. Again, there's a shot glass in there, a special straw, and the ice cubes. This one is the B52. I don't think I've ever had that. What's in a B52?
I have no
Is that a
idea.
whiskey drink? I've never had a
Is that a
B52.
stitch marker?
And oh yeah, and you get a special little cocktail. Where's my finger? Stitch marker. Can't see it in the comments. Right there to use as well.
52.
And this one is another martini one.
The
so
olive green for the
Though
olive.
that makes that turquoise scarf that I had that a lot of you asked about it. So we've got those in the shop on sale for you. Kate's going to mark them down on the POS system. I don't think they're on the website, but she will have them ready to go. Then one more thing, two more things. On Saturday, I was here by myself, and a young man came in the store and got it, Sally, and looked like he knew that what he was doing. Walked behind the center aisle, and suddenly I could hear him on his phone. And I hear him say, "Can you go into my bedroom and look at the knitting needles that are on my bed and tell me what size they are?" I'm like, oh, okay, he's a knitter. But then he says, "It's the end with the number on it, not the pointy end." And I was just
What?
like, oh my God.
What?
I thought it was so cute because then I heard him say, "Mom, it's just tell me what it is." But I thought it was so cute that he had to tell her where to find the number, not the pointy end of the needle, but the other end of the needle. So I thought you'd all get a kick out of that as well. And then Shelly today, hey Shelly, if you're watching, Shelly sent me a great little article about moth prevention, and we are in season, so if you see a little moth, tiny little bug flying around, you've got moths. But it was an article about moth proofing, and there is a moth proof chemical that yarn companies can use but don't, thankfully, because it's shown to be very harmful to humans. They will sometimes use it on carpeting to help prevent moths on carpeting, but mostly they do not use it on yarn, which is a good thing. But if you do think you have moths, there were just some great quick little tips that we've been talking about. The first one they say is to keep yarn and finished knit objects in an airtight container. And what I'm going to say is that a plastic bin counts, but it should be one of those clear ones or frosty ones, not the opaque ones that you can't see through. And the reason is you want to keep as much light as possible on them, because that's the other tip that they give is that dark areas tend to be breeding grounds. Moths like it dark rather than light. So if you can store your stuff in things that light can get into, you will have better luck than if you're storing them in a dark area. And again, like I've always said, clean knits are better than store them away without cleaning them. So this is the time, if you haven't washed your sweaters, this is when you should be washing them, and then before you put them away for the rest of the summer, because dirty stuff is really an attraction. It's like dessert for moths. Even just a little bit of oil or sweat from your skin is enough to attract them. And then the natural scents, the lavender, the mint, the cedar, clove, and lilac. And like I've said before too, you can use a bar of smelly soap in there and everything will smell good when you take it out again. So I thought that was interesting. I printed it out because we're going to post it on our wall so that it's there to share with everybody. So when people ask questions, they know what to do. That is everything I think that I wanted to say today. Bloody Remember to come in and take a look at this. Remember to take, sold one of the Bloody Mary Bloody Mary scarves. And we got 3 left. I hope you have a great week. I'm going to have a fantastic week. I will post a couple of posts. We're going to take lots of video at market so that you can really feel like you're participating in what's going on. And a real quick note, if you signed up or let me know that you were interested in the Ireland trip, I'm just waiting for Shelley to send me the finalized information about the trip, and then I'll be sending it out to you. I will be in touch with all of you, and I'm going to go now, finish packing and getting ready, and I hope that all of you go and knit something. Bye, everybody. Thank you.